If you only had 5 days in Vietnam, what would you choose? A cup of coffee by Hoan Kiem Lake? A seafood feast in the middle of Ha Long Bay? Or a moment of stillness amid golden rice fields in Ninh Binh? As for me, I chose all of them. And northern Vietnam let me do just that. 5 days, not a long time, but just enough to capture the diverse slices of this land. From buzzing city life to ancient artisan villages, from still rivers to endless skies above the bay. If you think traveling in Vietnam is just about sightseeing, this journey will make you want to slow down and truly live. Five-day itinerary. Northern Vietnam highlights. Day 1. Explore the Old Quarter, Hoan Kiem Lake, and taste the traditional cuisine of Hanoi. Day 2. Experience local markets, visit craft villages, and watch the sunset at West Lake. Day 3. Boat ride through Tam Coc, hike to Mua Cave, and immerse in the nature of Ninh Binh. Day 4. Cruise through Ha Long Bay, explore caves, swim, and kayak around limestone islands. Day 5. Rest in the serene Lan Ha Bay, visit floating fishing villages, and return to Hanoi. 5 days in northern Vietnam. Day 1. Hoan Kiem Lake, Old Quarter, and Hanoi's timeless cuisine. The first stop brings us to the heart of Hanoi, where time-worn streets, quiet lakes, and food steeped in tradition define the rhythm of daily life. Vietnam is one of the rare places where, within a single day, you can touch its ancient history, live its culture, and still feel its modern pulse, all along the same street. Hoan Kiem Lake sits right in the city center, always bustling. It's a favorite spot for locals to stroll, relax, or exercise. The surrounding path is lined with trees, benches, and a calm energy rare in city life. At the lake's center stands the iconic Turtle Tower, small, ancient, and beloved. Beside it, the red-painted The Huc Bridge leads to Ngoc Son Temple, a peaceful, spiritual stop in the midst of the urban buzz. A few minutes' walk from here takes you to Hanoi's Old Quarter, a maze of narrow streets and tightly packed buildings, each road named after the goods once sold there. From handicrafts and silk to souvenirs, each alley carries its own personality. Though the streets may seem chaotic, that very charm is what defines the Old Quarter. In hidden alleys, daily life unfolds as always. Mechanics fix bikes, vendors carry baskets, and street hawkers call out morning greetings, all forming a raw, intimate portrait of the city. Within the lake area lies Ngoc Son Temple, perched on a small island connected by a wooden bridge. Inside, you'll find tiled courtyards, sacred altars, and century-old trees offering shade and calm. It's compact, but filled with quiet reverence. Later, visit the Temple of Literature, Vietnam's first university. Here, moss-covered roofs and red-tiled courtyards whisper tales of Confucian scholars. Passing through its triple-gated entrances, you step into centuries past, where students once knelt in prayer, and stone turtles still bear the names of honored graduates carved in stone. As midday arrives, find a cozy cafe hidden within the Old Quarter and order a cup of egg coffee, a Hanoi specialty that marries the bitterness of Robusta with the creamy richness of whipped egg yolk. Then, dive into Hanoi's food culture. Steaming bowls of pho, grilled pork with vermicelli, bun cha, delicate banh cuon, rice rolls, or crunchy spring rolls. Most eateries here are tiny, their plastic stools and simple setup hiding decades of culinary mastery. Or grab a street-side banh mi on Hung Buom or Din Liet for just 70 cents. Take a bite while strolling, It's not just a meal, it's a ritual. A way to savor Hanoi, not through fine dining, but through the humble flavors of everyday life. Hanoi-style banh mi isn't flashy. The bread is crusty, light inside, filled with paste, cinnamon sausage, pickled veggies, and a touch of coriander. Simple, but soulful. You don't always need a seat. Sometimes a warm sandwich in your hand is enough to feel that Hanoi is still here, modest, familiar, and quietly unforgettable. And just when you think you've felt the rhythm of the capital, the next part of the journey shifts gears to places where markets start at 3 a.m. and artisans still shape pottery by hand, passing skills through generations. Follow along to the next chapter of this journey. Day 2. Local markets, Westlake, and sunset. On your second day, you step away from Hanoi's typical tourist trails and enter the heart of local life. Residential neighborhoods, traditional markets, and artisan villages where the daily rhythm and cultural essence of Hanoi are still deeply preserved. Your morning begins at Long Bien Market, tucked beneath the iconic iron bridge of the same name. The market comes alive before dawn, long before the rest of the city stirs. Trucks unload crates of produce, porters push carts, vendors shout out prices, and wheels clatter against concrete. Raw, unfiltered Hanoi, just as it's been for decades. From there, you can head to Bat Trang Pottery Village, a centuries-old riverside village where generations of artisans have kept the tradition of handmade ceramics alive. The village is peaceful, with red brick paths, modest tea shops, and rows of pottery stores. You can stroll through the village, watch locals shape clay by hand, or try your own hand at molding and painting a small piece to take home. Between market strolls and village visits, don't forget to pause for lunch, because in Hanoi, food is more than just nourishment. It's a delicate, emotional slice of culture. You might settle into a roadside eatery for a steaming bowl of bun cha, grilled pork served with fresh herbs and sweet savory dipping sauce. Or try the iconic cha ka la vong, where crispy turmeric-marinated fish is pan-fried and topped with scallion oil, then served with dill, vermicelli, and peanuts. Rich, but never overwhelming. Craving something lighter? A plate of thain-tree rice rolls, thin and silky, filled with minced pork and wood ear mushrooms, dipped in tangy fish sauce with crispy fried shallots, is perfection on its own. What makes Hanoi's cuisine truly special isn't just the ingredients, it's the subtle balance of flavors. Not too salty, not too spicy, always refined, just like the people who create it. As the afternoon unfolds, return to the city for a sunset stroll around Westlake. Unlike the crowded Old Quarter, Westlake offers space and calm. A soft breeze carries the golden light across the water, and the horizon opens up wide. Locals jog, sip iced tea at lakeside stalls, and young couples ride bikes side by side. There's nothing extravagant here, just a quiet beauty that's easy to fall in love with. Hey you! Where are you watching from? We'd love to know which city you're from. Leave a comment so we know we're not alone in the morning light. A small gesture, but it gives us the energy to keep creating. Thank you, and we love you more than you know. By tomorrow, you'll leave the hustle of city streets behind, drifting instead into a landscape of rice fields, crystal clear rivers, and towering cliffs. Below you, endless green paddies. Above you, an open sky. And in between, footsteps soaked in sweat, but no one wants to stop. This is Ninh Binh. Join us in the next chapter of this incredible journey. Day 3, Ninh Binh Adventure, Trang An, Mua Cave, and Tam Kok. Ninh Binh stands out with its majestic limestone mountains, winding rivers, and natural cave systems. The three most iconic spots, Trang An, Tam Kok, and Mua Cave, each have their own charm, yet all reflect a perfect harmony between nature and local culture. It's no surprise these landscapes often appear in travel documentaries about Vietnam. Ninh Binh isn't just beautiful, it's rich with cultural depth and emotional resonance. On day 3, you leave the bustle of the city behind and head for Ninh Binh, where towering karst cliffs, riverways, and vast rice fields blend into a uniquely serene landscape. Your first stop is Trang An, an expansive ecological site famous for its meandering rivers flowing between limestone peaks. Exploring Trang An means stepping into a silent journey by boat, drifting through natural caves like Sang Cave, Toy Cave, and Cooking Wine Cave. The water is crystal clear. Some cave ceilings hang so low that you have to duck. Light filters in softly, just enough to catch the drip of water from ancient stone. Along the way, boats pause at several historic temples, quiet places that reflect the deep spiritual traditions of northern Vietnam. If Trang An is a world of stillness, then Tam Kok is more alive and vibrant. Here, boats glide past golden rice fields and sheer limestone cliffs, especially stunning during harvest season. The air is fresh, the wind gentle, and the landscape wide open, making it perfect for filming vlogs or capturing breathtaking photos. After drifting through the rivers, challenge yourself with a climb to Mua Cave, famous for its stone staircase of nearly 500 steps winding up the mountainside. The climb can be tiring, but the view at the top is absolutely worth it. A sweeping panorama of Tam Kok from above, with the Ngo Dong River curving through the rice fields below, and endless mountain ridges fading into the distance. At the summit, a stone dragon sculpture and viewing pavilion await, a photo spot no visitor wants to miss. And just when you think you've reached the peak of your journey, the next day, everything begins to descend. When the earth is no longer enough to hold you, the sea calls, and Ha Long Bay is where that invitation becomes impossible to refuse. Day 4, Cruising Ha Long Bay. Ha Long Bay is one of the world's natural wonders, recognized by UNESCO and famed for its dense concentration of limestone karsts rising from calm emerald waters. The most popular way to explore it? By cruise, a perfect blend of sightseeing, relaxation, and immersive experiences on the bay. On the 4th day, the journey reaches one of northern Vietnam's crown jewels, Ha Long Bay. Its majestic yet poetic beauty has earned it countless features in travel documentaries, and one look is enough to understand why. As your cruise departs from the harbor, standing on deck while watching limestone islets emerge from tranquil waters feels like the world is slowing down. The boat glides gently between hundreds of stone islands. Some are no more than jagged rocks, others covered in lush greenery. Many are shaped like animals, a rooster, a dog, a dragon. Locals name them based on their imagination. The cruise moves slowly, giving you time to take photos, breathe in the sea air, and watch golden sunlight scatter across the waves. No need to rush, because this view is the real reward. One of the highlights of the journey is a stop at Sung Sot Cave, one of the largest and most spectacular caves in the bay. The climb up involves a few stone steps but is manageable. Inside, the air turns cool and quiet. with stalactites hanging from the ceiling, lit with soft, ambient lighting. Some formations resemble elephants, dragons, or sleeping figures, like nature's own gallery carved over millions of years. For those craving more activity, kayaking is an option, letting you paddle through narrow grottos, secluded lagoons, or under low-hanging caves between the islands. Here, the sounds of the world fade. No traffic, no crowds, only the dip of your paddle and the echo of water. A rare moment of stillness, surrounded by nature. The next stop is Top Island, known for its crescent beach and a steep climb to the top of the island, where a panoramic view awaits. From here, you can see the full expanse of Ha Long Bay, with boats and karsts stretching all the way to the horizon. Or, if you prefer a gentler pace, just enjoy a swim, relax on the sand, sip fresh coconut water, and let yourself be still. If you're on an overnight cruise, the evening is a chapter of its own. Dinner is often fresh seafood, followed by options like a casual cooking class, squid fishing, or simply sitting on the deck, listening to the waves. No neon signs, no car horns, just the sea, the moon, and the feeling of being miles away from everything. And yet, the softest, most unexpected ending comes from a place few talk about, Lan Ha Bay. Here, you don't need a tour guide's voice or an itinerary. Just take a seat, breathe slower, and let the ocean tell the rest of the story. Day 5, Lan Ha Bay and the journey back. Lan Ha Bay lies just south of Ha Long Bay, within the territory of Cat Ba Island. While its scenery mirrors Ha Long, limestone karsts scattered across emerald waters, it offers a quieter, less crowded alternative. Fewer boats, open skies, and still waters make it the perfect place for a peaceful ending to your journey before heading home. On the final day, the journey takes a gentle turn southward into the embrace of Lan Ha Bay, often called Ha Long's quiet younger sibling. The seascape remains familiar, limestone islets rising from jade green water, but the atmosphere here is distinctly calm. The sea is so clear and still that in many areas you can see straight to the bottom. With fewer boats, more silence, and open air, this becomes a sanctuary. A final pause before returning to the noise of everyday life. The cruise drifts past small bays, secluded beaches tucked between rocky islands, some completely deserted. At one stop, you might choose to kayak or take a small rowboat deeper into hidden lagoons and water caves. The sound of gentle paddling, water lapping softly against stone, golden sunlight filtering through crevices. It's all so peaceful, you might not want to speak at all. You'll just want to feel it. If your itinerary includes it, you may pass by floating fishing villages, where locals live on wooden rafts anchored in the bay. Life here is humble and simple. Nets hang out to dry. Tiny boats moored to makeshift docks. Children play along the edge of the water. There are no performances, no shows, just real life, unfolding quietly in the middle of the sea. Slow down and observe, and you'll witness another world. Not tourism, but true, unfiltered living. By midday, the boat turns back toward the harbor. As you sail, lunch is often served right on the deck, a light meal to enjoy while the scenery slips by in silence. The limestone islands recede into the distance and soft waves brush the hull of the boat. In that moment, you may realize 5 days wasn't long, but it gave you more than just a vacation. It gave you something deeper, the feeling of truly living, not just traveling. A 5-day trip, but if done right, it gives you enough stories to remember for 5 years. Because some of the best moments were never in the itinerary. They only appeared when you slowed down enough to notice. Got a destination on your mind, but not sure where to start? Drop its name in the comments. We'll build a custom itinerary, estimate the costs, and maybe even create a full travel vlog just for you. Who knows? Your dream journey might just be our next video. Thank you, and we love you more than you know. Travel tips and important notes. The best time to visit northern Vietnam is between March and June, or September to November. July and August often bring heavy rains and occasional typhoons, which can affect outdoor activities and cruises. Vietnam is one of the few destinations in the world where each season offers a unique character, and each region a different experience. And nowhere is this more felt than in the north. Recommended packing: lightweight sneakers, a wide brim hat, sunglasses, and sunscreen, all essential for comfort during hikes, boat rides, or outdoor sightseeing. Book tours and hotels in advance, ideally a few days ahead, especially on weekends or during peak travel seasons, to avoid sold-out rooms or inflated prices. Photo, video gear. If you plan to shoot a lot, bring a power bank and extra camera batteries so you won't miss any scenic moments due to low battery. SIM and Wi-Fi. Tourist SIM cards can be purchased at the airport or in town. Carriers like Viettel, Vinaphone, and Mobifone offer affordable high-speed 4G data plans. Free Wi-Fi is also widely available in hotels, cafes, and restaurants. Google Maps or Maps.me for navigation and offline directions. Google Translate for on-the-go communication. Grab for booking car or motorbike rides in major cities. Vietnam uses the Vietnamese dong, VND. Some places may accept US dollars, but it's not common. Cash is still the primary method of payment. Credit cards are accepted at most hotels and large restaurants, but less so in local areas or markets. Hanoians are polite but reserved. Avoid shouting or pushing in public places. When visiting temples or pagodas, e.g. Ngok Son Temple, Temple of Literature, wear modest clothing. No shorts or sleeveless tops. Tipping is not mandatory, but a small amount, 10,000, 20,000 VN or Duro 50,000 dollars for boat rowers or local guides is appreciated as a token of thanks. Estimated costs. The total estimated cost for a 5-day trip through northern Vietnam ranges from $400 to $500 USD per person, depending on your travel style and service choices. Booking flights 1 to 3 months in advance is recommended, especially for peak seasons like April-June or year-end holidays. Round-trip airfare to Hanoi varies by location and season. From Europe, approximately $600–900 USD per person. From the US or Canada, around $900–1,200 USD per person. For convenience, fly into Noi Bai International Airport, HAN. It's well connected to central Hanoi, Ninh Binh, Ha Long Bay, and Cat Bay Island. Keep an eye on promotions from Vietnam Airlines, Vietjet Air, and Bamboo Airways. Use platforms like Google Flights or Skyscanner to compare prices and find the best deals. "5 days may not sound like much, but it's enough to take you from the early morning street calls of Hanoi's Old Quarter, through the towering cliffs of Ninh Binh, and into a hushed sunrise over Ha Long Bay. You came for a short vacation, but you'll leave with something much deeper, as if you've lived an entirely different chapter of life. If you're tired of the rush or simply hoping to recognize yourself again in the mirror, this journey might just be your gentle answer. Have a dream destination in mind. Drop its name in the comments. We'll build an itinerary, estimate the costs, and maybe turn it into our next travel vlog. And of course, don't forget to subscribe, so you won't miss the next journey waiting just around the corner.